I'm a little concerned that our solo and small firm lawyers in particular, who don't have IT departments looking over their shoulders, are practicing law with some very not secure computing. I'm concerned that your tech is as easy to get into as walking into a public restroom. This is a problem. Using tech in the practice of law is really mandatory at this point in time. You cannot operate a law firm today without using a phone, wireless phone, email, computers. It's just not possible. There's no way you're keeping up using pen and paper. So you've got to be taking some steps to make sure your virtual file cabinet and front door stay locked. If you think about the analogy to a front door and a file cabinet, you recognize that if you have just a brick and mortar office, say old school, let's go back to the 1970s, you've got a corded phone, paper files, maybe a typewriter, nothing connected to any kind of computing system or internet. You still locked the door when you left at night, didn't you? And you hung up the phone after a phone call. You didn't leave it off the hook so that the caller on the other end who didn't hang up could hear everything you said. And you locked the file cabinet so that anyone walking through the office or maybe coming in that night to empty the garbage can couldn't just open it and see what your files were. Well, same with our technology. So here's just a couple of very simple tips to get you started if you're concerned too that your tech might not be as secure as it should be. First, let's talk phones. They ought to have a passcode on them. Your thumbprint or fingerprint is a good start, but I actually would prefer it to be a number because the thumbprint has been known to be hacked with people who are sleeping, people who are otherwise incapacitated. You just put the phone under their thumb and it opens. There's a great story on the news not that long ago about a child who used her sleeping mother's thumb to unlock the phone and then order some things off of Amazon that she wanted. If a child can do it, so can someone else, and a passcode is going to be more secure. And speaking of that phone, who has access to it and who knows the code? Serious questions. For those of us with children, a phone is a great way to distract them when you need to. I'm not a huge fan of sticking the child in front of the screen, but we have all done it. Consider what communications your child has access to. I'm not saying a 4-year-old is going to go read your email and spill your client's secrets, but they certainly could, by tapping around on your screen, accidentally send an email, delete a file in Dropbox. A lot can be done by a mischievous or unwittingly mischievous child using a phone. So that really ought to be locked down. Now let's talk networking. Networking of computers, and we hop on Wi-Fi anywhere we go. We go to Starbucks, we hop on it on the airplane, in the airport, the library, the law library, the courthouse, let's go on, right? A lot of places we hop on the Wi-Fi. You need to be using a VPN. A VPN is a virtual private network. It is a very simple piece of software that you purchase for minimal cost. You can do this for under $100 to cover multiple devices. You install it and it helps to keep your data secure when you're on any kind of internet connection. It works on your phone and they can also work on your computer. Just like the phone, what about the physical security of your computer? It's amazing what people do with their laptop computers. Starbucks is a great example. You sit down at a table, you're working for a while, you've had a bit too much coffee and maybe you need to use the bathroom. Do you leave your laptop on the table when you step into the bathroom? Even if there's a passcode on it or a password to open it up, someone just has to pick it up and walk away. And your password is not going to stop them from getting to your client data. So you've got to be physically and virtually protecting your equipment. So those are the most basic tips I can get you started with. If cybersecurity is not at the top of your list, it should be. You need to be concerned about how you're handling your tech.